Hello everyone, it is Kenjiru, aka KJ Jinkodo, and I'm back with you for how to play Joe Walsh's Arpeggios in Hotel California by the Eagles. This is part 6. So we will hone in and specifically dissect Joe Walsh's arpeggiated sequence for his harmony that he does with Don Felder. Alright, so once again, let's recap on how it all starts, right? So we're going to go from the 7th fret of the G to the 9th fret of the G, and then strike that note on the 9th fret of the G once again. And then we will go down, or up as it were, onto the B string on the 7th fret, and then the 8th fret on the B string, and then back to the 7th fret on the B. Following that, we are going to go to the high E string on the 6th fret, high E string on the 7th fret, high E string on the 9th fret. Following that, we are going to bar the B and the high E string respectively on the 7th fret, using our pinky on the high E string. So that's going to be the first arpeggio. So we're going to go from the 10th fret with the pinky on the high E, pull off, pick the high E on the 7th fret, and the B string on the 7th fret. Make sure you're muting. Then we're going to move down one semitone, a half step. We're going to go from the high E string on the 9th fret to the 6th fret on the high E, and then we are going to use the middle finger on the 7th fret of the B string. Following that, we are going to use our ring finger on the 9th fret, and we're going to slide up to the 14th fret. All that should be done like so. Now we're going to go from the 9th fret on the high E and barring the B string and the high E string on the 5th fret. So we're going to go from the 9th fret on the high E to the 5th fret on the high E and the B string also on the 5th fret. So we're going like this. Now we're going to move down yet again, and we're going to go from the 7th fret on the high E string to the 4th fret on the high E string to the 5th fret on the B string. Then we are going to use our ring finger and the high E string on the 7th fret and slide up to the 12th fret. Here's what I mean. Alright, now we're going to do again very similar lick. We're going to go from the 7th fret on the high E to the 3rd fret on the high E. And of course we are barring everyone once again the B and the high E string right here on the 3rd fret. So we're going from the 7th fret of the high E, 3rd fret of the high E to the B string on the 3rd fret. So we're going like this. Okay. Now we're going to go from the 5th fret of the high E to the 2nd fret of the high E to the 3rd fret of the B string. And then we're going to use our ring finger and we're going to slide up to the 10th fret. So that should be done like so. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to use our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the high E, pull off, and hit the B string open, like so. And then we are going to bar the B and high E string on the 2nd fret and use our pinky on the 6th fret. So we're going to go from 6 on the high E to the 2nd on the high E and the B string on the 2nd fret. Okay? So, again, that sequence should be like this. And then we're going to use our ring finger on the 6th fret and slide up to the 9th fret. And then the sequence just begins again until the song fades out. All right, everyone, thank you very much. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great one. I hope you are enjoying this. I hope you learned a lot and gained much from this series of lessons on how to play the guitar solos for Hotel California by the Eagles. Thank you very much. Have a great one, and I will see you soon, everyone. Take care.